There's a couple of Wessex blades. They're a very long week of work as the school term has wound up, and basically it took me 3 days to even get into the garage. Got them that knackered. But what I want to do is open up my delivery of 15 ferro rods so I can get the stock ready for this craft fair that Jay and I are doing at the end of July, which is basically next Sunday, so we're 9 days away from this craft fair. It's for cancer research. I'll do a promo video maybe the weekend or Monday or whatever, just to sort of give everybody in the area a shout out to it. But these 15 ferro rods apparently are an earlier batch to the ones that I had a problem with, and they're 8mm, not 9. So obviously got to use a different drill bit, and let's see how we get on with them. He's included a special striker. Come back to that in a minute. I'm going to use what we all have available, which is a square back bushcraft knife of some description in high carbon steel, tempered in the late 50s to the 60s. So we've got 5 and 5, and he's written, "Scott, I've put a striker in for you to try, regards." I can't read it, but it is Cameron. So fair play to the guy. He's put in a striker to play with. So here's the first 5. And I say, I always check them off. Now he said they were 8mm. They do look slightly narrower. And me being me, it's just that sight. Maybe Clark, because most of my gear is Clark. Burner set. So 8mm. So I need to know exactly. It was 8.1. I went for an 8.5 away with drill bit. It's absolutely bang on 8. So an 8.5, a bit of epoxy, should be cool. And I think he said they're a bit longer. They look quite long. And they're 81mm long. The time they're in the handle like that, that's a lot of strike area. So, yeah, muchness to muchness. The same volume of ferro rod, I imagine, but time it's embedded in the handle, I suppose about 8mm or so, like that, 10mm. You've got that much to play with. So, back of the blade, front 10mm, off with the black. Consistent, lovely. They're not like the dancey ones, but it's consistent. Off with the black. Lovely. Very hard compared with that batch that I was getting slivers. Remember, it was actually curling off like a mag block. That's burning the back of the blade. Love it. Love it. So I'll do 4 like that, and I'll use a special striker. So very consistent. I'm quite happy just to do this first 5, and then the other 5 I'll do myself off camera. That's pretty hot. You probably, even with my crap camera, can you hear that? That's like a sparkler, like a firework. Pyro time. So there's the 4. I'll put back into the wrap. Now for the special striker. It looks like a flat ground piece of steel. Quite what the content of it, I don't know. And a small plastic hole at the end and a lanyard hole. It works great, but something that small with your fingers that close, quite twee. I love it, so I'll put that to my kit. It is an additional bonus. It's something to save mashing your back of your knife up. So thanks camera for that. But what we need access to is back of a blade, or in your back pocket or your front pocket. There'll be a Leatherman file. It's what we got to hand, not a specific tool. So you can see where all the burn marks are on my Leatherman file. So that should see that goldy colour flame section there. It works. So that's what we want, isn't it? So as fast as I can, I shall crack on with these 8mm, get them in hardwood handle and the antler that I had from Randy. So thanks camera for the little striker. I shall add to a set somewhere in my little pouches or something. But consistent results is what we're after, and I like that a lot better than that softer stuff that we had, which was for a different order apparently. Anyway, everything was handled politely, and 6 or 7 weeks later I've got me stock to get me ferro rods out with. So thanks for joining me again, Scott, with the ferro rods from firestills.co.uk and a free striker. Yeah, result.